All right, let's see how Nightwatch did at the event.
Yesterday, absolutely phenomenal. He really is on form. This is going to be incredibly tough.
Nightwatch is one of the guys we had on the podcast talking about the competitive FIFA. Really nice guy.
On VOD as well. If you're wondering about Megabit versus Kurt, you'll be able to catch up with that game later on VOD. And there's another game, Dan, that you can catch up with as well.
Yes, indeed. If you want to watch Tekkz versus Tekkz, that will be available on VOD. So plenty of action to watch, even after you've watched this incredible matchup between these two guys. For Dr. Nightwatch, it's a very tough ask. He knew what he needed coming into this tournament, a top 4 placement for a likely chance at the E-World Cup. And he's got to go up against F2 Tekkz. He's got to beat the best to become the best.
And it's a tall order indeed. But when you leave yourself in this kind of situation where you're back against the wall with just 16 spots available for that E-World Cup final, then sometimes you've got to beat the best to play with the best in that grand final. But it is, of course, Tekkz going to be playing in his familiar Liverpool strip. Shooting from left to right here, Mbappe now out wide. And I'm very interested to see how Tekkz approaches this game.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of Tekkz. Of course, we saw a few highlights. We saw he featured in the goals of the day. Maybe the goals of the day were a little bit cheeky from Tekkz. We're used to seeing some very skillful ones, but he was pulling out all the stops yesterday. It doesn't matter how he's going to score. He just wants to put that ball in the back of the net.
Well, here comes Tekkz then moving forward. Ronaldo is dispossessed momentarily, and Hullit's going to fire it out wide now to Neymar. Slow build up here from Dr. Nightwatch, and I think he's very aware of Tekkz's ability to hit quickly on the counter-attack. Something he likes to do is just
the coaches can see off the ball movements more than you can when you're playing. I think the coaches is very important actually.
Every single event, because he really is under scrutiny of everyone. Everyone watches Tekkz.
Well, that's a great ball inside here to Neymar, and this is where F2 Tekkz is so dangerous. The ball falls back to Ruud Gullit. The shot is deflected behind for a corner here, but once he gets inside that 18-yard box,
there's a lot of off-the-ball movements that like a coach needs to see as you're playing. Like if you notice that someone's using overcommitting fullbacks, that's not really something you can see live. So I think coaches for FIFA is very important.
Linking up those cricketers and dragbacks, because that's
I think they're very, very important.
You have to just
they also, if you have good coaches like Kurt had Shells, Shells is a good person to have next to you to comfort you and to get your head in the game, you know. This gameplay is also bad too. That's insane to me, man. Their God Squads is going to compensate for the gameplay, so it's not going to be as noticeable. But it's still pretty bad.
Both Nightwatch and Tekkz here looking to utilize that long ball in behind the fullback.
You know what, chat? I'm gonna say something right now, man. I gotta give full props to Tekkz for performing well, even when the gameplay is bad. I gotta be completely honest, man. I gotta be. I actually give him mad props for performing well in bad gameplay too. It's actually very impressive.
Steps in to make sure that is a full tackle and possession one back here as Danny Da Costa is going to release Kylian Mbappe. A beautiful touch there from the Frenchman, but Virgil van Dijk, he now steps in for Nightwatch to win the ball back.
This game looks a little like choppy. Oh, they didn't get the frames down.
What spoke about just yet is the coaches that are standing behind these two players, and Lyrics especially, who is coaching Nightwatch. I think he has a big role in this game. Nightwatch was very frustrated in games yesterday. Not what I'm used to seeing from Nightwatch. He's usually quite calm, quite collected, knows exactly how he wants to approach a game. He lost his cool yesterday. That can't happen in this game.
Well, Neymar now might be looking to create the first chance here. Is he the little scoop up and the ball tosses?
Commentators should never mention losing your cool in this game. This game is awful. Just let people lose their cool.
As many of those crosses into the box, the likes of Danny Da Costa and Ramos Varane in those fullback positions seem to be dealing pretty well with it.
Yeah, I'm not
Ammonia, it's a very the drop back one depth against someone like her is a very effective tactic because he is someone that is going to exploit you on the attack from regular football. So it's a very overpowered mechanic. It helps the person way too much defensively. So it's honestly it's a little unfair if you think about it, because it's just way too overpowered against someone that plays that play style, and that I wouldn't mind that going into the back of the net, actually. White time shot.
And it's always a surprise to me to see the green arrow not light up there from Tekkz. Big chance for him.
You know how hard it is to get a green time when the ball's moving that fast? Holy, your button pressing needs to be on another level.
30th minute there for F2 Tekkz, and he didn't take it.
That's an opportunity wasted for sure. I mean, we're not actually used to seeing Tekkz go up in first legs that often throughout the history of FIFA 19. We see him go 2-0 down so much. And often players are like, I don't get why when he goes 2-0 down, he becomes a different player. Even speaking to his mum, she was like, what? She asked me. She said, why does he go 2-0 down? Does he get an advantage? I'm like, no, I just don't know what it is. Well, he just struggles.
Before he goes 2 down, Nightwatch has got to get the first goal on the board. Still
Yeah.
0-0 here, 35 minutes in this game, and only one chance to really talk about. But look at the players flowing forward for F2 Tekkz here. Neymar tries the early ball across the 18-yard box, unfortunately. Just into the area first.
It depends on the angle, suspect. Depends the angle, depends the 1v1 situation or whatnot, you know.
Yeah, another chance
With time finishing and manual goalkeeping.
On the face of Tekkz and the sigh of relief from Nightwatch as well. It's whether Nightwatch can do anything on the counter.
Well, here's Ronaldo, lays it back to Mbappe. First real.
Nightwatch is filthy at this game, man.
And again, no green timing on that one. Maybe just got to get those fingers warmed up a little bit here.
Yeah, nerves I'm sure will come into play because there's so much on the line here.
Yeah, it's too effective, Ammonia. It's just too effective, man. A person doesn't need to do much with that tactic, you know? It's just too overpowered to counter someone that plays an impressive playstyle. Like, an impressive playstyle, you need to be good at defending yourself, you know what I mean?
Managed to get back inside his man there, and oh, Neymar almost dispossessed him, and Ronaldo has done. Chance here, Nightwatch.
Yeah, chat, I gotta say this again. It's actually so impressive how well Tekkz plays in bad gameplay. I give him full props for it, man. Look at that. I give him full props, dude.
Gives it away here, Hullet.
That's actually super impressive, man.
Vieira manages to find a ball round the corner on the stroke of half-time now. Last attack of the game for F2 Tekkz. You can see him smartly now recycling the ball. Waiting for that moment to strike. Little deflection there off Patrick Vieira, and all that good work is going to be undone very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think Nightwatch is going to have an opportunity to attack here. But
that's smart to do what Nightwatch just did there. You run with the player, and then they track that player so you can open up the space for the middle pass there.
Not allowing Tekkz to get into the box, get into those danger areas. It's been the quick-paced switching from Nightwatch, which is
that's so impressive, man.
Frustrate Tekkz a little bit in that final third.
That's actually so impressive that he can do that.
One thing that he can look at from this first half.
Yeah, I'd say there was one big chance either side, to be honest with you. We saw that one.
He's probably, Tekkz is actually probably disgusting when the gameplay's good. I'm gonna be honest, man. He's probably actually filth.
The finish itself, and at the other end, you could say exactly the same about Nightwatch. Had that one chance of Mbappe from the top of the box, but didn't get the timed finish into maybe battle from both players there, Dan. And something we wouldn't be surprised about from their history.
Yeah, I think when you've played a player several to score plan opponents, and then he's going to start bringing out a few more skill moves.
Second half underway then in our first game here in the round of 32 on day number 2 here in Hamburg at the Global Series playoffs. And the one thing that's worrying me a little bit, I've seen a few times from Nightwatch in that first half, is just giving the ball away when he's not really under any particular pressure, but maybe he might have a shot from distance here. But it's those little mistakes we saw yesterday, Dan. A little pass out of the back that you kind of take your eye off the ball a little bit can cost you an opportunity at goal.
It can. You have to really be switched on. We say countless times that FIFA is a mental battle as well as a very skillful one, so you need to make sure that you are on the ball. I like that Tekkz he's not applying too much pressure in the final third on Dr. Nightwatch. He's almost encouraging shots from outside the area.
Ronaldo is going to be impeded in his progress towards goal here. And I tell you what, Virgil van Dijk has some fantastic free kick stats on him as well. However, it's going to be laid off here. Looks like it will be taken short. Ronaldo runs over the ball.
Good defending there from the free kick.
It's almost that kind of free kick routines almost become a little
bit there's too much compensation. This is so bad. This is so bad that they have gameplay like this at the event.
Taken short. Ronaldo runs over the ball. Hullet tries to take it first time.
Oh my God, man.
Kind of free kick routines almost become a little bit predictable now.
It has. It's frustrating to watch sometimes because me, as a football fan, I'm sure everyone watching, you want to see a direct free kick attempted. We've seen some incredible ones scored. One of my favourites from the La Liga finals, the virtual La Liga finals. That was absolutely phenomenal from R9. But at the same time, we know how well it can work. When you get that layoff and a defender doesn't get in front of the ball and you get that shot away, you can slot one into the back of the net. So I understand why they're going for it, and of course I'm not going to argue against the best players in the world, but sometimes, just sometimes, I want to see something a little bit different.
Yeah, the most one that sticks out in my memory was the one that made France fans very happy with Iceland banging it into, Finland, excuse me, banging it into the top corner.
Texas defending his manual defending is so smart, man.
You did indeed.
So smart.
However, still a very cagey affair here, but where's one of those little mistakes? Neymar's going to beat his man to the ball.
Compensation right there, I'm telling you, man.
Deep breath there, a sigh of relief from F2 Tekkz. Deflected away now, corner to Nightwatch.
And Nightwatch shrugs and says, all right, I'll take a corner. I probably shouldn't have shot there anyway.
Eusebio into the box, Van Dijk. One player who certainly can contest Cristiano Ronaldo in those.
No, 4-4-2 with a drop back tactic. MC is very effective. It makes a lot of sense.
It's been a good spell for him, as I say that he gives the
because you have the two wide players on the sides and you have the two guys in the middle. Like that's honestly all you need, man.
Apply a little bit of pressure and maybe put a seed of doubt into Tekkz's mind of, hey, actually, Nightwatch is doing well here. He's really keeping me at bay. I'm struggling.
It's a very
effective
tactic.
Force Tekkz into plan B because Tekkz's plan A is always the best plan.
Well, that's the first time we've really seen Tekkz beat one of the fullbacks here. Mbappe managed to get away from Ramos. And now you've seen him progress up the pitch just a little bit here. Vieira, pull it, striding forward into that space. Neymar, Cricketta, fake shot. Beautiful stuff here from Tekkz. Tries to get the shot.
Dude, yeah, I don't know how he does this, man.
But just can't beat the frame there of the imposing figure of Virgil van Dijk.
Both Tekkz and Nightwatch actually are defending well enough that they're encouraging their opponent to shoot from areas that they're not very likely to score from outside the area, from just inside the area when their body's in the way. So they're both defending very successfully. However, if they get too comfortable in those areas, if they just assume they're going to be able to continue defending this way, their opponent might be able to surprise them with a skill move, and then suddenly it's going to be a clear-cut chance. So they have to be switched on, and they have to make sure they don't just get too reassured with themselves. They don't get too comfortable in this scenario.
Both players, one thing that's sort of fascinating me about this game, especially on the side of F2 Tekkz, is that their build-up play seems very slow, very deliberate, very risk-free. And something with Tekkz, we know he likes to get the ball forward very quickly. We see a substitute coming in here for Dr. Nightwatch. We'll go back to that point.
Yeah, having the two strikers is like, it's like having a midfield combo of 4 different players. MC. That's what it's like when you have like the 2 strikers coming back with the 2 CDMs. It's just that it covers the middle so well, and then you still cover the sides with the left mid and right mid. And then your attack is good because you have the 2 strikers, and then your midfielders act like the main part of your team. That's a good goal. How does he do these commands, man? In this, you know what I mean? Like I find it impressive. I'm telling you. Look, good use of the drag back. Shouldn't have to green time that. Like a white time is fine. The problem is, right, is because the gameplay is bad, this drag back skill move is so overpowered because you can't defend properly against it.
Gave it away initially, but Ronaldo, Cristiano won it back. Drag back here from Tekkz, chance to shoot, and there's the goal. And that's how exploitive Tekkz can be.
And it's very hard to shake someone's hand when they have a pen in that hand as well. We do find out, but that's finally the breakthrough we needed to open up this game. You were talking about how slow, how methodical it is, and the reason being, Nightwatch knows that Tekkz is on his best when he's counter-attacking, when he can play quick FIFA. So if Nightwatch slows it down, Tekkz
No, I mean, it was a white time.
But eventually, we get something. We get the chance for this game to open up, and now I think we're going to start to see some goals rattle in.
And it's another perfect example of
drop back isn't impossible to defend, but the gameplay needs to be good for you to defend against it. Croqueta, there is no animation at all, but drop back, if your gameplay is good, is easy to transition. I want to show you guys something, okay? Because this is the stuff that people don't look at, right? Like I think people know this game competitively is a joke, okay? I want you to see Van Dijk's transition here.
Test slow, but
here from Tekkz it away initially, but Ronaldo.
Watch it.
Cristiano won it back, drag back.
You see it? You see when he does the drag back, how the player responds to it? Look.
Gave it away initially, but Ronaldo. Cristiano won it back, drag back.
Did you see it? That it's like he had like 3,000 billion tons of him. Just look at this.
Gave it away initially, but Ronaldo. Cristiano won it back.
Do you guys see what I'm saying? That skill move in gameplay that's not good is like, if your gameplay is good, you can transition so easily to get the ball. It's really good. You can transition properly, but you can see it's not good. Look, just look at this. I know I keep repeating it, I'm sorry, but like, this is the type of stuff you have to notice. Look. You see what I'm saying?
Back here from Tekkz, chance to shoot, and there's the goal. And that's how exploitive.
You gotta notice ththose small things, man. Those small things are the differences to show you.
That hand as well, we do find out, but that's finally quick gets
another backwards movement. He's going to turn And try and get that
This game is so
away.
irrelevant, man. Like,
You have to say again, it wasn't
so
perfect, the
irrelevant,
timing
man.
there from Tekkz, but it was good enough to beat the goalkeeper.
It was good enough. It was the position that he got in, so he was rewarded for that. And he's only got 4% more possession as well, so I'd say Nightwatch has done very well to keep in this game, and he is very much still in this game as well.
Yo, chat, what's more competitive, FIFA or Hearthstone?
Against Tekkz, the best in the world, who hammered Dolomite 13.
They're both pretty RNG, man. Hearthstone's crazy RNG.
Green there. Neymar, though, really didn't get that ball right up into the top right-hand side of the goal there, where he was obviously aiming. Maybe not quite enough power on that shot there from Nightwatch to trouble the goalkeeper, but he did create the chance. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't take it. And just a reminder to everyone who's watching right now, Nightwatch quite simply needs to win this battle here against F2 Tekkz to have a chance of making the E-World Cup final. So much more pressure falling onto his shoulders.
I mean, this is just the first hurdle, and it is quite simply a massive hurdle as well. He has to beat Tekkz, otherwise he's out. His season is over.
Rolling dice is more competitive.
Well, Tekkz is looking to add a little bit more misery here to Nightwatch and make that task even more difficult. Neymar, though, steps in, and now the Brazilian can step away, and he
that was
does
a nice ball
step
roll.
away from Rafael Varane.
However, if Nightwatch were to win, and if he were to progress into the top 8, he does have a chance of finishing in the top 16. Top 8 would take him above the likes of Zidane. Zidane, who went out yesterday, won't be able to secure...
Like, you guys are, like, I'm telling you, man,
so he's really looking
you guys
at
are
top
viewing
8,
some of these passes and thinking it's like it's the person, but it's honestly them trying their hardest to compensate for the gameplay. I guarantee you, most of the passes that Tekkz and Nightwatch are making right now, they would not do if they didn't have to compensate for gameplay. I guarantee you that, bro.
And whilst Tekkz doesn't need to do anything, he's going to be first seed at the E-World Cup.
I guarantee you it, man.
Just about the prize money.
Some of these passes that they're making is like as if you're a basic person. They just would not make some of these passes.
Well, Mbappe here recycles the ball to Danny Da Costa. Kind of seems to have locked down that fullback position. The young German. Neymar now tries
he plays so well in it, man.
Ronaldo didn't quite find his target, and now with 87
I gotta give this kid credit, man. Tekkz is so good at adapting to gameplay.
Nightwatch has one more chance, maybe.
It's insane to me.
To build an attack.
How much is top 2? Chat, 40,000?
Yeah, he's going to take his time.
Hey, man, I'll take that and run, bro.
Sure it is
I'll take that and run.
Attack, so he either goes in 1-0 down into the second leg, or he has a chance and maybe
35k. It's still too low, but I mean, 35 is 35, you know.
Ball onto the left-hand side.
Oh, just a little step over there, trying to fool Virgil van Dijk. Nightwatch still with possession here in the final third as well. Mbappe into Bale.
Cedric, the title of the stream is literally me watching Global Series events. For you to click on the stream and then complain about me watching the Global Series event is pretty stupid.
F2 Tekkz look to release Neymar. However, the referee brings the game to an end, and the man on your screen, F2 Tekkz, will take a 1-0 lead in towards the second leg.
And it was a
Is it American, chat?
very close game, a very closely contested game indeed, as we didn't hit a few attacks.
35k American? Pounds? If it's pounds, these guys are rich. I'm just kidding.
Obviously with just
USD? Okay.
To separate the two players, but you will see some of those chances.
It was actually
Completely a little bit Tekkz learned reputation as a really confident single completely and
to get a team to be able to allow
to change in Tekkz and Mbappe. You've got
absolutely always smart.
All these players, they drain you so quickly of all of those energy.
Calm down.
Give him the Rocky speech.
Sometimes you just need to listen, and Nightwatch definitely is a talker. He definitely will talk at his coach.
I'd love the Rocky speech in my ear. Get me all fired up for the game ahead, but here we go. I'm fired up already. It's time for the second leg. Nightwatch chasing the game, 1-0 down against the world's #1 F2 Tekkz. Of course, on the Xbox. And overall, as far as points are concerned, across both consoles. But here we are. Dr. Nightwatch's season very much on the line. But he's done it before. The question is, can he do it again? Here's Neymar then for Tekkz. Stepping forward. Vieira coming to assist his teammate. And again, slow, deliberate build-up here from F2 Tekkz.
I think Kurt uses 91 De Gea because the team of the year does very questionable things. 91 is like pretty consistent for the most part.
Hullet, great pressure here from F2 Tekkz. This is where it's dangerous. Takes that shot. Nightwatch backed off for just
I actually
a second
feel like
there,
people, like, this is my prediction. I actually feel like people are probably not going to use...
He's almost teasing it. It's on a string here. Vieira across to Ronaldo.
That was a nice goal. That was actually really nice.
It's dangerous. Ronaldo now with the ball inside. Hullet.
Chat, the fact that he can play like this in this gameplay, I give him full props. I know I keep saying it, but I honest to God give him full props. It's honestly so impressive.
Little fake Rabona. Little Elastico. Ronaldo now with the ball inside.
It's so impressive to
Great
me.
pressure here from F2 Tekkz. This is where it's dangerous. Takes that shot. Nightwatch backed off for just a second there, Dan. Almost allowed Ronaldo. Somehow Mbappe's kept that in. He's almost teasing it. It's on a string here. Vieira across to Ronaldo. And it's like he has Velcro on the end of his boots at times. F2 Tekkz.
Now, aggressive players that don't give Tekkz the space, players who don't give Tekkz the time to think, and maybe he might struggle. And just to correct myself earlier, I said the game between Rafsu and Ryan, that Ryan was winning. It's actually the other way. Rafsu was winning 3-0. My apologies.
Well, that goal from F2 Tekkz might be well seen in the Adidas plays of the day later on. The way that he built up that play, the way that he used those skills of Kylian Mbappe to silkily slink his way into the box. Cannot be understated. Now Nightwatch.
I think this is the last game we're going to review, guys, because...
And we said how important that first goal could be.
I do these reviews for the YouTube content and stuff, because I know that people like watching these gameplay reviews, especially since people don't really like watching me play the actual game right now. But I'm seeing way too many problems, man. Because Tekkz has the same gameplay. He's compensating for it so well, it's disgusting. He does so well in this, man. It's impressive.
For those spaces to open up. Ronaldo now into Mbappe. This is where the goal came from before. Instead of attacking that,
still doing it, yeah.
Back inside here. R9, 5-star weak foot. So difficult to defend, and he's just been upended there by Virgil van Dijk. And a chance here for Tekkz. Will he go short again? Stepped over by Ronaldo. Hullet lines up to strike it. Defenders in the way again for Nightwatch.
Hey, Window, what's up, man?
You saw Nightwatch just removed several players from the wall. He knew that there was going to be the layoff across the Hullet, so he was able to get those players out of the wall and then just rush down and make sure bodies were in the way. Of course, there's always a chance.
Yeah, the first one that he did with the first time shot he did there with Ronaldo was fine, Andrew. There's certain angles that just they're okay to score from.
Has the striker goal, the defenders in the way, and I think.
Why did he complain about this? Let me see.
But a good read from Nightwatch, and of course that research paying off.
Well, there's a bit of space here for Neymar, and he's managed to.
Yeah. See, this is why manual goalkeeping is idiotic. This is like, okay, if you're a pro player, you go to the events and you play these because you're a pro player and whatnot, right? But I want you guys to look at this opportunity, and people will just be like, "Oh, why is he complaining?" I want you to see why this is idiotic. Okay. First of all, the specific mechanic of having to go for first-time shots because it's the meta this year is idiotic, and hopefully when this game is done and dusted, I never want to talk about it again, okay? But look at how he uses manual goalkeeping, and his defensive AI blocks the near post too. He predicts the fact that he's going to go far post with the goalkeeper, but his defensive AI can still block the ball for him in the near post. You see that huge misbalance there? You're doing one thing, but then the game compensates for the other thing that you're not doing. That's why he gets mad here.
By the ball back, and Ronaldo has the striker goal. The defender's in the way, and I think that Nightwatch had put that one near post as well. Tekkz had gambled with his goalkeeper movement across goal, so that could have been an opportunity, but for that block. Mbappe now takes the strike, deflected off of two players who are kind of throwing themselves at the ball there in the centre of the box. Difficult for Nightwatch to get past that.
But again, every shot that Nightwatch is taking is being hit. A Liverpool shirt is in the way. And Nightwatch needs to get more clear-cut opportunities if he wants to get back in this game.
However, the pressure from Nightwatch is really starting to be turned up here on F2 Tekkz. That's 3 or 4 opportunities. He's had to really go forward there, but that's just a loose pass. And maybe that's just that mental focus after those last couple of chances didn't go his way. Just slipping just for a second there for Nightwatch.
Oh, amazing play by both Tekkz and Nightwatch there, which has just created this chance for Tekkz.
Jones, thank you so much for the 6 months, man. I appreciate that, bro. It's good to see you, man. Thank you, bro.
Patience here, but Ronaldo steps in. He's stolen the ball here for Nightwatch.
So Tekkz was tracking the... Nightwatch was tracking the one into right back, and Tekkz was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to play this ball. But then as soon as he saw the switch from Nightwatch, then he played the ball to generate that chance on the left-hand side. So it was great first initial reactions from Nightwatch, but even better counter reactions from Tekkz.
There's space here, and Neymar's in there, and he just couldn't squeeze himself between Van der Sar and the ball to try and make some contact to beat the goalkeeper, and I just wonder if maybe the ball outside was the better ball there than the one looking for Neymar. There was space on the other side of the area there for the player who was charging in. However, Nightwatch really is knocking on the door here. The pace of the game has changed here, Dan.
Yeah, I think naturally it is going to speed up a little bit more, but as I mentioned in the first leg, sometimes that does play into the advantage of F2 Tekkz.
Well, here's Mbappe, and he's got away from his man. Inside the 18-yard box, went for the quick, driven ball back across goal there. Defended by Nightwatch. What has Tekkz got up his sleeve here?
Hashtag play Pez. I'm actually, wow, that's saved. I'm actually waiting for me to have a game that I can consistently stream right now. Pez will not be the game that I stay on. As a content creator, you're making a mistake if you stay on that game. That's just my opinion. But for sure, if that's going to be like my momentum game for sure. Like to carry over the momentum for the new FIFA game.
Tossing it to Hullet in the middle of the park, you need to do better there, and you can see the visual frustration on Nightwatch's face.
Well, here's Ronaldo then for Tekkz. He's got it on that right foot as well. You can't back off for too long and give him that space. He will make you pay. Second wave of the attack now. R9. Oh, we went for the little roulette after the drag back, and now a chance to counter-attack here for Dr. Nightwatch. He needs to make the most of one of these chances, Dan.
He's got so many men streaming forward as well. Maybe too many options to pick from.
Eusebio tries to find Ronaldo.
That was actually such a nice pass.
It's just a matter of inches. Those passes just falling into the hands of Van der Sar instead of the on-rushing striker.
Nightwatch just needs one. He needs one of those chances just to be enough to actually get a shot away at a goal. If he can make this 2-1, he's straight back into...
No, Chelsea, the first time I played Fatal was the last time I was ever going to do anything like with other people.
But Nightwatch has to take more
I used to tell people, like, when I finished doing Fatal, I was like, I'm never doing anything like this ever again. That's why I don't do content with content creators and stuff. Like Nick, Run the Full Market, told me to do a series with him. Here is another example of bad gameplay. Right there.
He might make mistakes here, but of course he's making them for a reason.
That's a great ball though from
right there.
Neymar.
Bad registration.
Now goes towards that back post, and Gareth Bale has
yeah, I've been asked to do stuff sometimes, but I just don't want to do it. It's like a...
his old circus training to get that one away. Great acrobatics there from the
it's like a thing I do now.
Cannot confirm or deny if Gareth Bale did actually have circus training, but you never know. As the first half coming to a close, but it's still Tekkz piling on the pressure. Halftime whistle does go, Mark, and I feel like now with this last...
belief is going to stay with you, not just here in Hamburg. That is going to flow through to the finals. And you've got to keep that in mind. Here we go, 45 minutes left. F2 Tekkz, 2 to the good. Nightwatch needs to score 2 goals here to extend his season and give himself a chance, just a chance, of making the finals.
I mean, what a season it has been as well for Nightwatch. He had a really poor start when we go back to Bucharest in November. And then suddenly in the E-Champions League, he just exploded into this new player. It's
any series in mind you have for the next game, don't need to tell, of course. Vultures everywhere. Any series? No. Just a road to glory, man. Yeah, I'm just going to make generic FIFA content every day. If a new card comes out, I'll try out the new card. That's how I want to do FIFA content. The way that Run the Full Market does content right now, or Nick, on his second channel, is exactly what I've wanted to do for like 5 years. A new card comes out, through gameplay I can unlock it, and then I try it out in a team, try it out different formations, blah, blah, right? But I haven't been able to do that yet because I haven't enjoyed any of the games fully yet. So, and the gameplay content hasn't been good enough that I can actually unlock those players through gameplay. So, but Nick even told me himself he wanted to give me his account so that like I can actually create the content. So
turns away from Vieira. Eusebio looks for the fake shot. He's going to actually almost get the ball back, but unfortunately for Nightwatch, there it was 2 of the longest limbed players on the game who were in position there.
So if next year the gameplay content is still not great for me to unlock those players through actually playing the game, because you guys know me, I don't like being in the menus too much. Then I'm just going to use his account whenever he goes to sleep at nighttime. Then that's the time I'll be able to try out the players and stuff.
We saw the quote from Tekkz earlier. I can manage games. If I'm 1-0 up with 20 minutes to go, I can win that game. Well, he's 2-0 up with 30 minutes to go. Let's see if he can hold on here, or whether he pushes for maybe a 3rd goal.
Mbappe then for Nightwatch.
Oh, that was... Look at that.
Use his body to just shield the ball there. And
3rd goal.
Mbappe there for Nightwatch.
Jesus Christ.
Tried to use his body to just shield the ball there, and it just allowed enough of a chance for Tekkz to poke a leg in and win the ball back. And now you're looking at the counter-attack, and it's pretty much 4-on-4 on those counter-attacks, but great tackle there in the midfield for Nightwatch. He can step forward. Eusebio. Oh, Ronaldo's.
Oh my god.
Touches let him down. He keeps focus, but he can't find the finish. Big chance there for Nightwatch, and I think Cristiano Ronaldo's let him down a little bit.
Dude, like...
Oh, Ronaldo, but great tackle there in the midfield for Nightwatch. He can step forward. Eusebio. Oh, Ronaldo's touches let him
You're
down.
through, man. You're literally through.
He can step forward.
You're through. He's through. That's it. He's through. He's through. He's through. He's through. He's through.
Eusebio. Oh, Ronaldo's touches let him down. He keeps focus, but he can't find the finish. Big chance there for Nightwatch. Hated the chance. That's what he has to keep in mind here.
Well, I mean, with that minutes in game that he is getting into the dangerous areas, that will naturally make Tekkz worry a little bit as well. He'll be saying, all right, Nightwatch is starting to create. I need to maybe start playing the ball around, which is going to encourage potentially more mistakes of giving that ball away in those dangerous.
Back underway then, the chance missed for Nightwatch. It was a big one. We are seeing changes here. Mbappe starting the attack, and you can see. Well, here we go, back underway then, the chance missed for Nightwatch. It was a big one. We are seeing changes here.
What the hell is that screaming?
Starting the attack, and you can see again there is going to be space in behind here for Tekkz. Bale trying to get across to deal with the Frenchman. Well, Bale does superbly well there to win the ball back, and not only that, Dan, he's picked a pass as well.
And we need something from here, and there's actually so much space on that through ball to Arnaud.
Arnaud's trying to fight here, and Ramos just bullies him off the ball. Shake of the head there from Nightwatch.
I'm pretty sure that was his shoulder to shoulder. Let me see.
There's actually so much space on that through ball to Arnaud.
Arnaud's trying to fight. Right here, and Ramos just bullies him off the ball.
All right.
Shake of the head there from Nightwatch, but he's getting closer and closer. We need to keep an eye on that clock, though, now, Dan. Because time really does become a factor. It's how many chances are you going to be able to create in that time? How many times can you win the ball back?
How many times is Tekkz going to allow you to have chances? If his game management is that good, if it's been improving, then you're not going to have the opportunity that often. As I think that goes for a goal kick. So that's actually a good result for Nightwatch. I think Tekkz was trying to encourage a corner there. And now Nightwatch goes again. And he just has to work on an attack-by-attack basis at this point. Can't even.
I'm too fast for you, Chelsea.
I need to score from.
I'm too fast for you, man.
Well, here's R9. Little five-star combination after the ball roll. Mbappe turns back inside. Ronaldo, the run from Mbappe continues, and he just couldn't manage to get the ball through the ever-present Ruud Gullit in that central midfield position.
There's too much space in the middle for Tekkz. Nightwatch really needs to up this pressure, switch to constant pressure.
Yeah, this is the last game I watched.
That RB button as well as the A
I'm gonna lose brain cells
as well
soon,
as just
man.
directing everyone towards the ball. Yes, okay, there's going to be spaces at the back, but you've got to win the ball back soon.
R9 into Gullit, yellow from Tekkz.
That was a waste.
And now Nightwatch can potentially start another attack. You see, maybe that was a little bit rushed. Yes, time is a factor here. However, possession.
Oh my God.
Is so vital at this point, and a big tackle there from Patrick Vieira is going to release Mbappe. Ronaldo into Neymar. Nightwatch with a charge. What a tackle from Tekkz.
He's still got possession.
Oh, that was sick. That was like a really good utilization of that skill move. That was fucking cool.
We look at the previous results between these two players. When Tekkz beat Nightwatch 4-3 at Bucharest, it was so close, only a goal in it. Nightwatch beat Tekkz 6-4 in the E-Champions League, only 2 goals in it. The best in the world of Tekkz going up against Nightwatch.
Liam, if they played in this gameplay specifically, and they said that the gameplay was good, they're a nuisance to the community.
21st when he started this tournament. I mean, I'd say that Nightwatch can be very proud of his.
They're a nuisance to this community, man.
And here today. But again, we have to go back to the fact that he wants to be qualifying for the World Cup. He is good enough to be in.
Good and bad gameplay is not an opinion, bro. If you actually call bad gameplay good, you're a nuisance to this community.
World Cup. Don't get me wrong, But if he doesn't win here, he's not going to get there. And he's now got, what, like 19 minutes in game? He's created a few chances, but he needs to put one of them away.
I mean, you talk about one of the quotes that we heard earlier, saying it was an absolute war yesterday in the Swiss rounds. And that is the level of competition that FIFA 9 isn't
happy. Ryan was losing earlier as well. He could still potentially hold on to that top 16 spot as this tournament develops.
If you say this gameplay is good,
hold on to that top 16 spot.
You're a nuisance to this community.
As this tournament develops, but I'm sure it's very unlikely.
Well, there is still time here for Nightwatch, and it was a beautiful turn. Oh, what a tackle from Sergio Ramos. You can see what the thought process was there of Nightwatch. He went one way the first time to manage to beat his man. He almost managed to do it the second time as well, but Tekkz gets right.
Such little time left. We have seen 2 goals scored in this amount of time, of course, but Tekkz is just going to hold on to the ball and he's going to frustrate Nightwatch at this point. Nightwatch's whole season, 7 minutes.
Too fast for you, Chelsea, I'm telling you, man.
A great tackle there to win the ball back, and that's at least the start, but he can't hold on to it. If he can hold on to the ball, if he can get one attack in the next couple of minutes, maybe there's a chance.
How well did Tekkz just move that ball though under pressure? 6 minutes left, and as you say, Dan, it's a case of can you get the ball back? Do you have time to create those chances now? Or is Tekkz going to be the one signing the notice here that Nightwatch's season is over? Ronaldo!
Still time.
Van der Sar gets it forward. Neymar dispossessed, and that could be it, but no. Neymar's going to win the foot race here. Da Costa. Nightwatch has to score from this situation. Gets a little bit of fortune going his way. Mbappe out to Bale, into the box.
This just feels like a chore to watch. That's it for me, chat. This, you know what's funny is that like sometimes when I come onto stream, I feel like it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna play some FIFA today, and then like when you watch gameplay like that, it throws you off so much, dude. It throws you off so much. That series felt like a chore to watch. Honestly, I give mad props to Tekkz for him being able to play in that gameplay and still do consistently well and pull out results, because that's, people do not understand how impressive that is. But holy fuck, that is insane to me that they have gameplay like this at the event. That's honestly, it's borderline disgusting, man. That's fucking insane to me, dude. My head is on fire right now because I feel like I was playing and I was like experiencing like those touches and stuff. It's insane to me, man. That's actually fucking crazy. These game reviews are going out. I'm putting them up because people need to see, like, it's too much, man. It's too much.